Hey everybody. So today's video is a little bit hard for me to talk about. I've been debating. I'm at my sister's house and Brinley's ready to play with her cousin and my sister has like a workout area. So I'm just like debating, like, do I love myself enough to do this, to talk about this hard thing, or am I gonna take the easy road out and just go hang out with my sisters right now? So I mean, this is like such a hard thing for me to talk about that it's just easier to just avoid it, and it's easier to just like go and feel bad for myself than actually talk about it and get my feelings out. So this is more of a video of healing my inner child. So when I was in elementary, I had a best friend. Her and I were best friends and we got along really well. Except it was really hard because her brother would bully me whenever I was over there. And it got to the point where he would call me such rude names, or a rude name, and then he would tell his friends about it, and then all of his friends would call me that, and then it got to the point where like the whole elementary knew this name that he would bully me as. And so I don't know why I kept hanging out with her, because I loved her and she was my best friend, but it really hurt whenever I went over there. I would really get attacked and it really hurt me. I never told my parents about it because I felt like I was failing them as their daughter if I was getting bullied. I didn't want them to think the same thing of me. And I just thought I needed to deal with it by myself. And it was a really hard trial to go through. Let me think. There's so much stuff to this. I remember one day like being so upset about how he was treating me and the names that he would call me, that I remember running home crying, and my sister Katie saw me and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was just like, "He's just bullying me." And I finally opened up to just her. She's just the one person. And she drove over there, or ran over there. I think she drove. I think she had like a Camaro at the time. She drove over to his house. She ran in the front door. She grabbed him and she slammed him on the couch and said, "Stop treating my sister like that." And I just like felt like so happy that somebody loved me enough that they would stand up for me. But unfortunately, it didn't really do anything. I could have chosen to get new friends, but I thought, she was like my best friend. And the other people that we would hang out with, the group of girls that we'd hang out with, we were all best friends. And I just felt like I would just be like the only one alone in elementary if I stopped hanging out. And when we were together, we were so good. Like at my house, at other people's houses, like everything was really great. It was just really hard to be called this name and for everybody to just start believing that that's what my name was. I remember getting to the point where I just wanted to die because it was so hard to be bullied. I remember going and my family was gone, and I remember kneeling down and praying to God. So I remember kneeling down and I talked to God and I yelled at him and I told him, "Why would you do this to me? Why did you put me in this situation? I don't even want to be here. I'm to the point where everybody in the school thinks of me as this name and I'm getting bullied. And I feel like nobody likes me and I don't even like myself because I'm starting to believe this name." And I remember just screaming at him and swearing at him and just punching the couch and getting so mad. Because it really hurt so bad that he would do this to me. And then I remember feeling bad, I can't believe I just did that to God. He's gonna hate me. Why? He's gonna hate me. But now as an adult, I'm happy that I did that because he knew how hard it was for me. And it's okay to express your feelings like that to God. It's okay to be that vulnerable with him that you're getting mad about it. So fast forward to junior high years. So now I was a cheerleader and on dance company in junior high, and I tried to hang out with a different group of friends by now. I tried to hang out with more supportive people. The other people were still super supportive. I was just trying to change it so I wasn't getting bullied as much. I was just trying to protect myself. We never like actually talked about it like one-on-one, like, why is your brother doing this to me? It was just like, I knew that she would get really frustrated with him when he did it, and I knew that she loved me. So I remember being a cheerleader and going out in front of the whole school, and when they would call your name, you would come out and you would get introduced. Or either you'd get introduced or else all the cheerleaders just ran out. But I swear, I remember it was one person at a time, and then it was my name. And I went out there and I cheered in front of the whole school. And then somebody at the school yelled out this rude name to me. And I remember how, like, humiliated I was. That I was standing in front of the entire school and somebody had just called me this name that I had been bullied with for years. And it just wouldn't go away. Everywhere I went, everybody knew me as that. And I couldn't be myself because of how bad I was getting bullied. I didn't feel like I could stand up for myself because the name was everywhere. And it was so hard for me. And I just remember wanting to die. Like, why am I even here? This is so hard. So today I was kind of triggered. I just woke. It was just like a crazy day. My girls were all screaming. Taylor wanted me to help her get dressed. Brindley was stomping her feet, and she stomps her feet so hard that they get internally bruised because of how much she has like fits that she'll stomp and she hurts herself. And then Addie, she like disappeared from me and crawled up the stairs. Like, she's just like everywhere. So everybody was everywhere, and I was just talking about my morning with one of my best friends, my sister, and she's like, oh my gosh, I want to show you this cute little kid, one of our cousin's kids, and I want to show you how cute he is. I want him to be mine. So this was all a good intention. So she showed me this video, and in this video they were making fun of, or somebody in this video was making fun of this little boy, and I remember like, oh, he's so cute, but I was like, but why is she saying those rude things to him? And she's like, she's just kidding with him. And I know it came out of good intentions, but like, for me, being that bullied as a kid, it just hurt my inner child. Like, I just felt like, that is so sad. Like, I went through so much stuff, and this little kid, like, I just felt bad for him that this was happening. And it's, I mean, I've talked to my husband about it, and I've told him, that, you know, I was like severely bullied as a kid, and I felt like I couldn't stand up for myself. And he's always like been supportive, but there was one night, it was like 2.5 years ago, that I finally was like, I need some time to be by myself. And I went to my car and I just cried and cried and cried. And I texted my friend and I tried to call her, but she ended up just texting me. And I finally said, why did you let your brother do this to me? Like, why? I thought, like, I don't understand. I remember it was so hard for me, and I don't understand why he would do this to me. Why would you let him do that to me? Did you ever tell him to stop? And she's like, you have no idea how many times I tried to get him to stop. And you don't even know what behind closed doors, what I went through, and how much he bullied me as a kid. When you weren't there, it was all me, and I got bullied. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that, because when I was there, I was the one that was getting bullied. So I just, like, my heart, like, went out to her. Like, I can't imagine living with this kid who was so awful. Like, he literally, like, he was so rude that it was like he had the devil inside of him. And I just can't imagine, like, my own home growing up having somebody that mean live with me. And so I'm grateful that I didn't end up in that house. And so I finally, like, understood where she was coming from. Like, oh, she even was hurt, and she tried to get him to stop. And so today I'm just gonna work through my feelings and just, like, honor myself and know that I don't need to have a connection with those rude words that I was struggled with when I was younger, getting severely bullied, and that I can give it to God. And I am just respecting myself enough to get over the emotion, and I don't know, it might come up more, but at least I'm able to talk about it. And to be able to, like, now I'm gonna go inside my sister's house and hopefully she'll watch my littles while I just go work out, and hopefully I can get some of these feelings that have been buried inside of me, and I can stand up for myself. And so this video is really just about honoring myself and knowing I really am important enough, and I really do have an amazing support system. And I'm grateful that I married a husband who loves me no matter what happened to me in my childhood, that he just accepts me for who I am, and he doesn't fall into those beliefs of that he just unconditionally loves me, and I'm just grateful for that. So I'm gonna go work out, and I'm gonna really honor myself and just get those emotions out of me. This is for all the people that called me rude names. Oh! Son of a bitch! Do you even know what you would do if your kid got freaking bullied like that? What would you do if your kid got bullied like that? Would you let somebody bully your kid like the way you did to me, you son of a bitch? You little... Can't believe you did that to me! You freaking jerk! Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why'd you make the whole school freaking call me rude names? You son of a bitch! I'll never let my kids go through what I already go through. Parents need to pay more attention to what their kids are going through at school. Ow. I freaking cut my hands up. Oh, man, that felt really good to get my emotions out. I know when I first started this journey and God told me, okay, you're gonna lose the weight. It's possible. But I also want you to put the emotional side of it out there so people can really see how many things can happen in somebody's life, and that you're gonna work over it, and it's gonna make you stronger because of it. So I'm proud of myself for speaking my truth and standing up for myself and loving myself even when times get hard, that I can do this. And I'm feeling so much more amazing that I let those emotions out of me, that I was able to punch the bag. And I'm actually grateful for all my sisters for taking care of my baby so I could get my emotions out, so she didn't have to see that. If you guys found this video inspiring or interesting, please share it. Please, please, please. You don't know how many people go through so many things, and they need to see that they're not the only person. You guys are also strong, and you can go through your hard trials. I actually want to have a challenge that you guys can post a video of something that has been hard for you, trying to work it out, telling your story, and I want you to tag me in it, if that's okay with you guys. I would love to hear your guys' stories of how you're overcoming some of the trials that you've been given. Okay, make sure to follow Jessica Fat to Fit on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks.